Ooh. There we go.
It's time. EJ, Prelim Tim, Arkansas. You're here. Prop Fiends are calling, they want some more. Now let's crack one and pour one. Let's go have some fun. We got giveaways, takeaways, and I must say, being here is a lot of fun. We got AJ, Prelim Tim, Arkansas. How are they doing this week in London?
Doing good. Starting out with the Clash is always a good way to start.
Yeah, that was wild. That was fun.
Great song.
My poem wasn't very good. I think I need to go back to English class. That was pretty bad.
Not too shabby.
Not too shabby. At least we're going to give out a giveaway at the start of the
Lose for days. We lost Joseph.
Oh, we lost me for a minute.
Well, I can hear you.
I'm back.
He's back.
I guess I lost connection. I don't know why. That happened earlier.
Okay. I can vamp a little bit if you want.
No, we're good now. We got a $50 giveaway, giving out Patreon access. We got a lot of people here live today. And we're going to give out platinum access in Discord. All the lock channels will be free to one person. 15 entries so far. AK, Tenshi, Christine, Joy, Kyle, Mike, AFK, Demon Tribe, Lucky 520. Buys. They're here ready to go. We're doing $50 at the end of the show. You got to be here to claim it. Prop Fiends, are you guys ready to give out platinum Patreon access to Fight Fiend Forecast the rest of the month?
Hell yeah.
They're here early. They're ready. Let's give
Good
them free
stuff.
access to the bets this weekend and the rest of the month. One lucky forecaster. Message me and you get Discord access from Fight Fiend rest of the year.
Rainer Venezuela.
Rainer DeRizzer. Give me a message. You get Discord access rest of the year. You're now a platinum forecaster. Let's make some fucking money this week, boys.
Hell yeah.
We're not going to waste any time. We got some good props. Let's get straight into it. Before the show, we were already talking about it. Okay, let's talk about it some more. We're live each and every event. If my screen goes black, someone just take over. Wi-Fi, a little rough. I'm a little sick. I'm a little rough. So let's get her going. Stay tuned till then. We're giving out $50, and we're starting it off with the Prelim King, Prelim Tim.
Yeah, it's kind of weird starting with this one because it's such a wild one. But my thinking here is that this plus 400 is a much better number than for decision you're getting minus 145, which barely is even worth betting. I think that Dyer is at such a big striking advantage here, and that she is also in a place where she needs to prove herself after she kind of like was a letdown on the Contender Series. She was knocked down 3 times. She came in as a big favorite. She lost the fight by decision. So she's going to want to prove herself here at home in London. She's a really hot prospect coming out of London. She's been talked about for a long time. Her debut on the Contender Series was very exciting, and then, like I said, she didn't do that well. So I think she's a way better striker than Raven Oliveira. I just think with that, it opens up a chance that she could win by knockout. And for plus 400 versus minus 145 for decision, I just like going this way.
I like it. Hometown fighter, first fight of the night. Let's get that knockout. 5-1, Prelim Tim. Let's get it. Arkansas, what is your prelim prop this week? This one's a little different. I had to put in 2 names on this one.
Yeah, and I'm sure they weren't easy to spell. I'm not even sure if you spelled them right. I'm not going to double check. Who really cares? Yeah, no, I'm honestly really excited to see this fight. I think honestly, I was looking towards the however you say that. I wish you put their first names. I don't even know what this guy's last name, how to say it. I'm sure his first name's not even easier. Not that I know it, obviously. But, yeah, I think he's just going to come in like a bat out of hell. And honestly, Tricoli can put him in some tough spots, I think. I don't know how good oh god. Can we come up with a nickname? You guys got a nickname I can call him?
Yeah, call him Condi. It's fine.
Condi.
Yeah.
That works.
Monty.
Okay, that works. I was like, we're not gonna make it through the whole show if I gotta keep trying to pronounce this name. Cool. So Condi, I think he's gonna come out really strong. He's got a clear advantage striking. I know he's maybe on the faster side, has more power. He's got more to earn here, so I think he's really gonna try to earn a big time finish. I could see himself putting himself in a bad submission for some reason, so that's why I just took fight ends round one instead of him to win round one. But yeah, if Tricoli doesn't put him in a bad submission, Condi's going to keep punishing him, keep putting a serious pace. And for somebody who's on his way out of the sport, I'm surprised Tricoli even got this fight. I thought he was kind of done in the UFC. My understanding, he's mostly a full-time poker player. He's doing pretty well with that. I know as you guys have probably watched UFC most of the time, the more times people start making money in life, the harder it is to stay in there and want to get hit punched in the face. We've seen Tricoli go out there and just kind of lay an egg the last couple fights. The only fight that went kind of long was the Shara Bullet, and I swear that Shara had money on that fight to go long. Other than that, Tricoli tried to get out of there early. And I think one way or another, this fight's going to end in the first round. So this is a pretty confident bet from me.
Yeah, I like this one. I don't like Tricoli. He is submission or bust. It would have to come early. I do believe in this one. Great pick. Got to lay that chalk with the newcomer. Prelim Tim, AJ, anything to mention on this one?
Tricoli is pretty low level. His advantage is obviously jiu-jitsu, but he's only landed one takedown in, I believe, like 4 fights. So he doesn't give himself the best chance of following through with that. I don't think he really offers much in striking, and he just doesn't really – this is kind of just like assumption, but he doesn't feel like a serious fighter to me. So, yeah, I think that you're probably right here. Chasing these kind of plays lately has been really bad for me, so I don't think I'm going to do it, but that doesn't mean I think it's a bad bet.
Yeah, I feel the same way too. I've never been big on Antonio Tricoli. Ever since he fought Shara, I always thought he kind of has a quitting mentality in a way, just kind of going in there for a paycheck. For Condi in this fight too, I was actually talking to it with another good MMA capper, but I think I know he got a knockout in his contender series, but I think he can get that sub too. I think it's very live as well. I think Trishan Gore fucking subbed Tricoli, and he had a good 4 inches above him. So nice little guillotine. And with both guys pretty much being at the same height, I think Condi just dominates, whether it's a knockout or a submission. It's gonna happen in round 1. So I like it.
Let's go.
That's a really sharp thing. I think Tricoli is tough. I just think he's not going to want to be in there. And so it's not a coincidence people are submitting him, right? He's going to tap out a lot quicker than he would to a submission than to strikes. And yeah, that's a good point, AJ. So maybe I might even bet the sub first round now that you said that.
Dud's a quitter. Dud's a quitter.
Personally.
Yeah, he's a quitter. Who's not a quitter is Shamrock. Rock was the Fiend Juice Friday this week. We're having lots of fun with it. He absolutely fucking loves it. He became the betting favorite today, and the prop was at plus 650, almost 8-1 range. And now AJ's saying it's way down.
Yeah.
Way down here in London. Let's get this fucking money. I think the submission's live. We take a look at AK Al-Sawadi. He has a lot of knockout losses. Yeah, he could get caught in this one, but I see a club and sub. His chin isn't great. He's probably going to fall down, give up his back, and that would be a huge problem. Even going for a takedown for AK Al-Sawadi, huge problem in this fight. Shamrock will get on the back and choke this guy out, who's been out for 2 years. AK Al-Sawadi has not fought in 2 years. Very inactive. I don't even think he's UFC caliber. I'm buying stock into Shamrock. Let's fucking go. AJ, let's hear from you on this one too.
Yeah, I'm sold on Shamrock, to be honest. Watching throughout the whole week, his money line kind of just gradually changed and became the favorite. I think he started out as a plus 110, and then now he's right now at my sports books over at Boyd. He's a minus 118, so I think that's actually pretty good. Before I even made my pick on Shamrock, I watched the face-offs today, and after I watched the face-offs today, they just completely sold me. I love his energy. He goes up in there, does the whole scream, does the flex, goes right up to his opponent, and he has a handshake out, and like looks like he's gonna be respectful, and last second just shoves the fuck out of Sawodi, and like I love that kind of energy. I feel like we haven't gotten one of those fights in a while, and I think especially with being like the home crowd favorite, I know he's gonna want to perform, especially after his first performance. And just want to say too, the guy does have a chin, pretty durable, I would say, kind of like Patty, kind of has that Scousen mentality, doesn't want to get knocked out, but I think just going against a guy that hasn't fought in 2 years, like Joseph said, I think it's honestly just like one of the biggest things that like people come back and they just lose because, yeah, they're not either up to speed, cardio, strike. Like there's always something, but I think Shamrock's a big lock this weekend.
Yeah, bro. Hometown fight, home cooking incoming here. Even if it goes the distance, we're going to get this one done. But where I look at the props of the week here, the knockout, submission, decision prop, we see serious line movement with the submission. AJ, I think we're on to something here. I seen it at 750. I didn't even get a bet in. I was waiting until later in the week. That was a big mistake.
What did you have yours at? Plus 650, right?
Yeah, I locked in the prop at plus 650. And I didn't even take the bet yet, which was a big mistake. Like I just said, like huge line movement. We've seen it with Drew Dober last week. It was correct. There was a fight prior in the year. Line movement on the prop was correct. Let's see if we can snipe another one here. Call it out. We've been feeling it all week, so that's great. Dog of the week now becoming the favorite. Hometown fight. And his first fight in the UFC was tough. Nurul Aliyev, 10-0 undefeated. He's not getting that tough matchup here.
Yep, I agree.
I fucking love this one, AJ.
Same here. Great minds think alike.
Yes, they do. That's why you're here, brother.
Oh, yeah.
Prop Fiends, live each and every event. We're giving out $50 on the show. End of the show, you got to claim it. We have 15 entries there now. No new entries since we started the live show, so drop a comment anytime in the live chat. You're entered to win 50 at the end of the show. Let's keep it running. Prelim Tim, please talk about this giveaway you're doing, 619 Bulka Bulka.
It has nothing to do with 619.
You said it was warm.
No, I was talking to Lucky in the chat when I said that. It just was out of sync, I guess. All right, so I don't know how far this one's going to go because it doesn't seem like it's working. But I'm doing a giveaway in the live chat right now. It's a number that has to do with Movsar Evloev. It doesn't have to do with him fighting. It's just a number that pertains to him. And it's a large number. And that's all the hints that I'm giving at least right now.
Like 0 to 900?
I remember.
It might be a little bit higher than 900. AJ knows exactly what I'm talking about.
0 to 999.
Yeah.
I'm just glad to hear the number is above 18 if that's what Mozart is being associated with these days.
Oh yeah. that was another hint I gave. It doesn't have anything to do with his record either.
It's not 6'7" or 6'9".
No, it's a lot bigger than that. It's a lot bigger than that. AJ knows, so yeah.
I do. I can vouch for this.
So
yes.
it's a number less than 999 though, right? Prelim Tim. Oh, it's in the thousands.
It might be, yeah.
Oh, it might be. Okay.
I don't have to give out too much information. Last time I basically gave away $50 by giving them the answer. So.
And you sent that, did you?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Good boy.
I sent it in Filipino money, I guess.
So did I.
That's awesome.
One of my 3 winners was Cuban as well. So shout out to everybody worldwide tuning in. Really appreciate everybody tuning in, staying forecasted.
International show. Joseph is world famous.
we just keep getting bigger and bigger. So thanks everyone for supporting. AJ, Prelim Tim, Arkansas could not do it without you guys each and every Friday. And we're running with this lineup of forecasters. I couldn't be happier with what has been happening the last couple weeks and the traction we are picking up. So let's keep it going. We got a round 1 finish again here. And this guy is a rocket. I think he's coming out and beating a bum who should not be in the UFC. How is he still in the UFC, Austin Lane? I think it's time to go back to the NFL if they will sign him. I don't even think they want him. Honestly, this is a tough matchup for him. It's a setup fight and a quick finish on the main card. I don't see anything else happening. We've seen a burner with Iwo and Ivo Aslan in that last one. He showed us durability, speed, power, and in the matchup versus Austin Lane, who has 7 losses out of his 20 fights. I can't see him holding up, man. He's been knocked out, what, 4 times round 1?
Yep.
This
Also-
is, not a
also
good
too,
matchup.
Isn't he coming down weight for this fight from heavyweight to light heavyweight, right?
Yeah. He's going to be cutting some weight for this one. Let's see
Yeah.
how he does at a new weight class. I don't think it's going to be good. That's another
Same
thing
here.
to mention.
Same here.
Can't be good.
Yeah, he's cutting a lot of weight, which could make him more vulnerable to getting knocked out.
Yeah.
But it could also make him be able to bully. And I don't think that we know that much about. I forget how to say this guy's name.
Ewo?
Yeah, let's call him Ewo. Yeah, we don't know that much about him yet. He's just 7-0. He doesn't have any wins that are super impressive, and he's a more natural light heavyweight. So I'm not sure. I just don't know if we know how good he is yet. And he's going to be smaller. And Ivo Aslan is on a 3-fight losing streak now, so that doesn't stand out to me as a great win. But I don't know. I lean him because Austin Lane's just been nothing but terrible in the UFC. But it's an interesting spot with Lane coming down in weight and also having a green opponent here.
Yeah, green opponents you kind of want to steer away from. You're kind of right here with that Prelim Tim. But Dana White's Contender Series, he had a round 1 finish, if you remember that. Muhammad Ali, he was 4-0 at the time from Canada, one of our best prospects. He got fucking smoked, man.
I forgot that guy.
The Polish Power came out on Dana White's Contender Series. It was back again against Ivo Aslan. And to mention, he has 7 finishes out of those 7 wins, all in round 1. So I'm just going to go off what I see in front of me here, looking at the 2 fighters, looking at the 2 records, the level of competition, everything from the left side to the right side. I think this one's going right down the pipe, and it's going to be quick. Right down the center. Right to the chin of Austin Lane, who's tall and lanky. Chin should be hanging up in the air. His defense isn't very good. I will mention it. He is not UFC caliber, in my opinion. Maybe he can bully with the size in this one, but cutting weight, he could be easier to get knocked out. And Iowa rushes, man. All round 1 finishes. I don't think anything's going to change, especially against this type of opponent. Like, this is the perfect fight to continue doing what you're doing.
True.
And we're going to hear from Arkansas because he loves it.
Let's go. Yeah, and to be honest with you, I bet this late in the week. I found this last night. I originally was going to bet Ewo versus Lane ends round 1. Just because I think with the length of Austin Lane, and we saw Ewo the last fight versus Ebo Aslan, we saw him get cracked a little bit. But stylistically, the more I started thinking about it, I was realistically thinking Ewo is going to KO him round 1. You know, maybe it's a submission if Austin Lane's chin holds up, but
Yeah, it could be.
His chin's one of those chins like a button. You know, it's just, you just press it and then he goes to sleep. You know, he's one of those guys. So it's a unique chin. Not everyone's been able to find it, but, you know, I think if Greg Hardy's finding that button, that Ewo is going to be able to find that button. And not to take away from Greg Hardy, like, I honestly don't think much of him as a human, but, like, in terms of his power, he could have definitely pressed the button. Like, he's got that kind of power. I think Ewo's size is going to actually benefit him here. He's going to be a lot faster here. He's still going to have that power to touch that button. And the only way I could see Austin Lane even getting this fight even close to getting to round 2 is just coming out, because he originally played defensive end in the NFL, is just straight up coming out and, like, tackling Ewo, and Ewo just not landing that punch.
Yep.
But even then, Ewo seems like he's pretty good at judo. He seems like he's got an understanding of grappling to the point where I trust the physics of the matchup between this, you know, former NFL defensive end that's coming down in weight. I just think Ewo's speed and quickness is going to be too much mixed up with that power and that button that he has for a chin. So yeah, I confidently bet the KO last night, even though I previously already bet round 1, fight ends round 1 at like -175 or something early in the week. Last night it was -225 before I gave you this pick. So I switched up to this one. I'm pretty confident in -160 here. I think it should be -200, as crazy as that might sound.
Yeah, the only problem we really could get into here is the submission, like you first said here. Hoping it's not the club and sub. The club and sub.
My thing is with Vitor Petrino, I bet the under in that fight just because I didn't trust Petrino. But Petrino's a lot slower. And even though he has the power, his striking isn't as quick as Iwo. So that's why I would confidently bet the KO here. I think just the physics of the matchup, he's not even going to get to the ground. And if it
I don't
is,
think so.
Iwo's getting back up and he's KOing at Austin Lane any second. So, yeah, this is confident. I'm confident here.
Yeah, I got to think it stays on the feet too, Arkansas. That's what we're leaning. That's what we're going to put our money on this week in London.
Let's go.
Let's go. Let's get it. We got Prelim Tim with the main event of the evening here.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so I feel like a lot of people here might be with me on this one.
I will be.
Main event pick, Evloev. One of the best takedown artists in the UFC right now. Somebody who's landed 9 takedowns in 2 different fights. Lerone Murphy is somebody we've seen taken down several times. Before he got knocked out by Aaron Pico, before he knocked out Aaron Pico, he landed 2 takedowns just in the first round off of just 3 attempts. Before he knocked out Makwan Amirkhani, he was taken down 4 times, and then he's been taken down more than 4 times in 4 other fights. But the thing about Aaron Pico and Makwan Amirkhani is both of them have been finished a lot in their career, and to this point, Evloev's never been finished. So eventually he probably will be stopped, but I don't see Murphy as that big of a finishing type fighter. He's gone to decision a lot, and I think if this fight goes to decision, I think that Evloev will be able to land takedowns on him, and he should be able to just win enough rounds and enough minutes to get the decision here. I actually missed this plus 100 number, but this is what it was when I gave it to you, and then I forgot to bet it, and now it's up to minus 120. So that's what I'm actually planning at.
Nice.
This is a sweet one. I like it.
Yeah.
Double our money on a guy that's literally done this every time in the UFC so far. What the fuck? Every fight this guy's in, he's won in the UFC by unanimous decision. Can we bet the unanimous decision here?
Not in my book, but I'm sure you can if you have enough options.
Yeah, I don't have that option at Bet365. Maybe not on Betway either. So if someone has a sports book that will give the unanimous decision, let us know. We might want to juice this one up.
Now that I live in Florida, we only have one book that we're allowed to bet on.
Oh, what's the book?
Yeah, it's Hard Rock Bet.
Okay, that was going to be my first guess. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, because the government tried to screw over the Native Americans, and then they got like sued by it. Yeah, so then it made it so they were only allowed to use one book. Like Florida had gambling legalized before a lot of other places did, but it would only happen for like a month, and then it got taken away again. And when they brought it back like 2 years later, you could only use Hard Rock, and that's it. So
is it at least a decent book or?
I don't know. I'm very used to it, so I'm fine with it. But,
good. Yeah.
Like even before I lived here, my family lives here, so I was visiting a lot, and so I had it so I could bet because I'm addicted. So I could bet while I was on vacation.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so I'm very used to Hard Rock by now, so it doesn't bother me.
That's good. Yeah, because I've been forced to use books sometimes where the lines are just like kind of egregious because it's the only line you could use. But just to speak on this one, I was honestly thinking about giving my prop out as Movsar spread. I think it's going to be a pretty dominant side from him. My only thing is why I didn't bet the decision myself is just because I don't trust Murphy's chin. Nobody's really thinking that what's his name can finish him. I don't trust Murphy's chin. But other than that, I 100% agree. Movsar is going to be dominating, and he's probably going to win a decision. So the fact that you're getting plus or pick 'em is kind of crazy to me. So
yeah,
I just jumped ahead to the CLD spread. Whoops. I heard spread and I was like, oh.
All right.
Yeah, this is a cut and dry one. Hopefully, now Lutz for Days mentioned excited to see what adjustments Evloev makes as the fight progresses. This is definitely a great matchup. The winner will fight Volkanovski, 2 high-level fighters, the best of the best at 145. Let's see who can get that title shot. Let's see if Mosvar can make some big adjustments here. I think it is a step up in competition, but he should pass the test as he's been taking steps up at the right time and getting it done here. CLD, you've seen the spoil on some props. AJ, you've been quiet. Let's hear from you.
Yeah, man. So I like CLD a lot in this fight. It's just like when I was looking at like the odds and everything, I did see like the knockouts at a plus 135, which is not too bad. But honestly, I went back and I was just looking at COD's like past opponents and like what he's done against them. Most of his fights kind of do go to a decision. I noticed like when I actually saw him live too against Marco Trujillo, which he got the round or he just got the knockout for. But like going into that fight, like I want to say that like he's very technical, especially for a big guy. He doesn't really throw like he's not going to throw something without it being like any intent behind it, should I say. He comes out there with a really good game plan for his opponents. Really good, solid takedown defense as well. He always kind of like stops it or stoops it in a way, which, ends up in his favor because he can just land the strikes and just keep it on the feet. And his opponent in Roman, I'm just not really big on him. Yeah, I'm just not really big on him anymore. Not just because of the performance against Fluffy Hernandez, but just knowing that, like, I don't know, he kind of also has like that mentality of like, not give up, but doesn't seem like he wants to try anymore. So I think in this fight, it's going to probably go to a decision. I think COD will be a lot more technical. Roman will probably have a couple good punches, good jabs, maybe a couple takedowns. But I think for this big boy fight, I do like the decision at a plus 155. Both guys are kind of known to go to decision. So with both guys kind of having like TKO loss or like, TKO win, I think this is like a perfect line for like a decision for both.
Yeah, I like it, man. 8 years younger in this fight, hometown fight. CLD is money.
Big time.
Yeah, I think it makes a lot of sense. We haven't seen Leroy Duncan get hurt yet, and Dolidze is an interesting fighter because I think he could actually be really good. He's actually a super high-level grappler, but he doesn't land takedowns, and he looks for knockout punches on the feet, and that's basically all he does. And if he falls into a submission, he takes it, and he's usually pretty good with it. But he's just not somebody that wins a lot of minutes and therefore doesn't win a lot of rounds. I think Duncan will be more active than him, and I think both of these guys are very tough. So I think a decision is a good look on this, and Duncan's probably the side. So it seems pretty good to me.
Oh, yeah.
I think Arkansas has that spread next, right?
I'll wait to comment. Yeah, I got bet on that fight later.
Okay. $50, you want it? Drop it in the live chat. Any comment, anytime. Be here to claim it at the end of the show. We already gave out Rainer DeRizer here, platinum access in Patreon/Discord for the rest of the month. He is in there, and it is activated. $50 incoming. Stay forecasted. Live each and every event now. Arkansas, let's hear from the CLD play here.
Let's go. Yeah, that's why I didn't want to say anything because I'm also on CLD. But I'm torn between the KO or the decision, to be completely honest with you. I'm not going to bet on somebody to get their first knockout loss, if that makes sense. I think that's always, as an MMA bettor, that's a tough thing to bet, predicting somebody's Dolidze, right? I don't know if Dolidze's ever been KO'd, right?
I don't think so. No.
Just submitted to Fluffy.
He got finished for the first time against Fluffy, and
yeah,
he got completely dominated in that fight, and it took until the fourth round for him to give up. So
exactly, yeah, and so I think that's kind of a maybe I guess what's the word I'm looking for? Like, there's a storyline going in that maybe Dolidze might be done. A lot of fighters, we've seen a lot of old fighters get finished lately. I think that Duncan, he's going to be so much faster than Dolidze that, yeah, he could KO him. But honestly, Dolidze's been tough, so I'm not betting him to get knocked out for the first time ever. I think Duncan is just going to be night and day above him. The current spread is sitting at -7.5. To be honest with you, that's almost like a too cute to get with one, Judge. If I'm betting a dog, I'll bet the 7.5. But as a favorite, a lot of times I'll go to like 3.5 and a 5.5. Just because the judges these days, you never know. Like sometimes they'll give a round to like for something weird. So like this should cover on all judges' scorecards 30-27. But in case there's a 29-28 for any weird reason, that'll cover too. On like a third judge's card, if that makes sense. But yeah, Duncan's going to be winning this fight, whether it's a finish or a decision. He's going to be dominating it.
CLD by domination. Lock of the week opportunity, possibly. Dolidze's pushing 38, tail end of his career. He does seem to be fading, and we are fading him in this spot in London. Let's keep it rolling. We got Prelim Tim next with the value prop of the week.
Let's go.
Yeah, so this is a good number for a guy like Mason Jones, who his whole game is about pushing forward and getting in your face, maybe landing some takedowns. He's just really aggressive fighter. And I think that is it Sola? Yeah. Axel Sola, the guy he's fighting, he looks good. He was a good wrestler and grappler before this training camp. And I saw on YouTube for this camp, he went to Dagestan to train for like a while in wrestling. So he'll probably be looking to defend takedowns from Mason Jones. I just don't think he has the pace that Jones has. And I think that should be the difference making. And in a fight that I think should be pretty close, to get Mason Jones at plus 200 on the decision when all the other props are like extremely different in numbers, like plus 650 for like a knockout, or like his money line is minus 130. So I think we're getting really good value here in the outcome that I expect to happen. So yeah, this is the first bet that I made, and hopefully it comes through.
I think Mason is money this week too. Slowly growing as a favorite. Respectful spot here, and it is the prelim headliner, I do believe. Yep, versus Axel Sola, undefeated. So great matchup in this one. Both well-rounded. This should go the distance, Prelim Tim. Great prop. 3 times your money.
I like Sola a lot too. I just don't know if this is a good matchup for him. He's just a much different style. He's a karate style striker. He just isn't going to be landing at the same pace that Mason Jones is.
Yeah, I think Mason fought the better competition too. Axel, a little bit lower level competition. He's still getting good wins. You know, he's undefeated. But I think Mason will edge this one out. Could even be a split decision situation. You never know. Mason is money and should be the right side, in my opinion. AJ, how you feeling on this one? This is a wild fight for the prelim headliner. Close one.
I'm not gonna lie, like I want to be sold on Mason Jones. I really do. When I did his breakdown interview, like literally it dropped today, but when I was doing it last night, he just said a couple of things to me that like if he said it for his opponent to hear, he played it fucking smart. But if he just said it because this is his game plan, it gets me nervous. Because like, you know, I don't want to see Mason Jones just like standing there and just getting hit. You know what I mean? He will be the aggressor, like he says. But he did say that he's not planning on using takedowns or doing none of that. He wants to go into this fight, get the finish for like, he said home crowd, even though he's from Wales, but I think he does have ties to London.
Yeah, I mean, it's more of a home crowd than usual. Is probably what he means.
Gotcha. Yeah, he's saying that most of the time when he goes to places, he's getting booed and stuff. So it's gonna be nice to hear some cheers. Also too, in this fight that like gets me a little concerned. I'm trying to think what it was. Yeah, it just gets me nervous if he doesn't use his better overall game. This is what I was gonna say, but it's actually a good thing for Mason Jones. When Mason Jones actually got when he lost and got kicked out the UFC on his first stint, he lost in London, I believe. So with him coming back, I think he's gonna want to make amends and shit and put on a good performance. I just hope he plays it a little bit more smart than what he said he was gonna do, just with his skill set. So I do feel good about Mason Jones. I'm just not sure about putting him on a parlay yet.
All right, respect. I don't know where I'm gonna put my money on this one yet. Maybe leave it off, but I think Mason is the side, and he will be probably on a parlay for Fight Fiend later down on the parlays. Not a top ticket or anything. I got some other locks, good picks. Mason, though, like you said, revenge spot if he lost last time in London. That's really all the more reason to bet him and take him in this fight here. Prelim headliner. I think Prelim Tim is onto something here with the value prop of the week. Arkansas, anything to add on this prelim headliner?
Yeah, I hate to do this. I got to do it again. Last time, I mean, to be honest with you, I just really think the last fight that Mason Jones had with Balaji spoke a lot to me. I took Balaji as a dog, and obviously he lost. But when I was watching that live, I think I got, what's his name? Mason Jones at like plus 1,000. Like that, he was getting smoked early. And I don't think Axel Sola has obviously the power and maybe the speed of Oki. But I mean, this is kind of late in Mason Jones's career. He's had a lot of fights. I know he's only 30, but I feel like he's a worn 30, and I think he's going to be wearing it in this fight. I don't know this is going to be going his way early. Obviously, I don't trust Axel Sola to the max to be like this. You guys are on the wrong side or anything. I think this is a closely lined fight for a reason. Like I just think Axel Sola is going to be having the moments. And if there's like a point where push comes to shove, that's where Mason Jones is going to win. I just don't trust Axel Sola at this point in his career. I personally did bet him. I only bet like my max is like 3 units for somebody I don't really trust. But I think their trajectories are kind of, if I could do like a graph, which was the best way, their trajectories have both kind of been like this in a sense. But Axel Sola is I think he's going to be continuing to go like this, and Mason Jones is probably going to plateau here if he hasn't already. In the sense, I don't know how much better Mason Jones is going to get. I don't see a future for him. Sola, I think this is the spot the UFC is trying to highlight him. So I think Sola can do some damage. I think he has a couple ways to win this, to be honest. Even though we haven't seen Mason Jones get finished, I wouldn't be surprised if he got finished. But if it goes to decision, I would think that it's going to be a dicey and close fight. So I like plus 200 at Mason Jones' decision, the hometown guy. Obviously, maybe he's getting more love than a French guy from Axel Sola. So depending on whoever you're rooting for, I could see why Mason Jones is getting the love this week, and he's become the favorite. But I personally like Axel Sola, even though it's not trustworthy. So this is a great bet. Either side you're on, I can see why people are confident.
Yeah.
Did Mason Jones open as the underdog?
It was 50-50, I do believe.
I think it was
there.
like pick'em. Yeah. Maybe I'm wrong.
But we got 77% on Mason Jones at Tapology. Maybe should be a bigger favorite with such a strong lean towards one side, and the books don't reflect that number whatsoever. And for me, a big thing for Axel Sola that I can't have belief in him. He had a Reese McKee win in his last fight. It was 14-6. I really strongly believe Mason Jones has fought the stiffer competition, and this is more of a showcase fight for him rather than Axel Sola. So I'm with Prelim Tim, and we're going to get this money. I think it's favorite heavy, and I do think the London fighters are going to have their way and look like locks of the week. Some of them might grease it out by a decision, but hey, it's in London, and we know that. So let's maybe pick Mason Jones by a decision if it's going that way.
Oh, yeah.
The value prop, we got a London fighter who's known to go the distance, but hey, man, he's fighting Sam Patterson. He's been knocked out to Yanel Ashmoose, his debut. Yeah, he got some wins in his last couple fights. Maybe he shocks the world again and ruins the parlays for some of us, but I'm going MVP to get a knockout in Vatic fashion. It's been a minute since we've seen an MVP KO, and all the more reason for it to happen here versus Sam Patterson. I don't think the durability is that great, and the striking defense, he's kind of getting lucky in his fights. He landed a shot, knocked Buddy out. Michael Venom Page, his defense, his striking output is hard to read, and I don't know how Sam Patterson's going to get a read in this one. He's probably going to get hit a bunch and eventually get knocked out. I thought I would get a better number on the knockout prop, and when I seen it this low, it was kind of an indication that the books are on to him by KO. You can't buy too much juice, is what it is. I still think it's going to happen, and I'm locking it up, boys. Hopefully you guys like this one. He's known to go the distance, but this is a huge step down in competition for MVP. And like I said, it's been a minute since he's got that KO.
It's funny that you mentioned the whole KO situation. He kind of feels like the UFC like snubbed him in a way, but it's only because like ever since he's come into the promotion, he has not got that one amazing knockout win like he's been doing in other promotions. So I feel like with this fight, it is kind of like hey, like where are you? Like kind of like where you at kind of in a way. Just because if you actually look at Patterson's record, most of his fights are always, or at least the last couple of years from 2023. I'm not sure how it is in 2022, but they're all first round finishes or losses. So it's like if it goes to that second, third round, the cardio is going to probably get a little bit, less for Patterson. And then also too, like, let's not forget, before he jumped up to 170, I think he got flatlined twice at 155. So it's just like going against MVP, whose style is just technically different. Going to be different even if you try to prepare for it. And even for Sam Patterson, because I think they actually like were in the same gym at one time and maybe saw each other's styles or even sparred. But even with that being said, I don't think that prepares you from who Michael Venom Page is. And with him knowing what's on the line and what the UFC wants, I think he delivers. I love this play.
Yeah, this could be like a fight where he plays with his food a little bit, like
Oh,
Mendoza said. But he could go out there and just be levels above Sam Patterson and land the KO round 1. So I just expect it to happen at any time in this fight. I'm getting almost 3 times my number, and it seems like a spot he gets a KO finally rather than a decision. Hopefully he doesn't play with his food too long, because I just believe he's levels above Sam Patterson. And I don't see this older fighter at the tail end of their career fading. MVP still looks sharp. He's going to be tough to beat here.
Hey, I'll go real quick. I love this. Hey.
Hey. Hi.
No, I seriously, I love this one. I almost bet it myself, and I think I still might. I just wanted to ask you guys, what do you think about them being teammates previously? Because that's my only concern, is that guys that have previously worked together, been teammates, they maybe not go for the KO finishes that I totally expect him to have here if they weren't teammates. So do you guys would that cause you to hesitate at all?
I thought you were asking about if we thought that Patterson had him figured out at first, but you're saying that because they were friendly, that usually it doesn't end in knockouts. Yeah, I think that has some validity to it. I definitely don't think Patterson probably learned much from it because MVP is just such a weird style.
Of course.
I don't think it matters. Yeah,
I agree.
But that's an interesting question. I'm not really sure what the answer is to that. I didn't realize that they were teammates though.
Yeah, I found out kind of like midweek, and then I remembered him basically having Cannonier on death's doorstep, I think twice. I bet Cannonier that fight, and at the end of the fight, I'm like, how is he in this? Why is this still a fight? You know, he should have been knocked out. So I also agree that he hasn't had that sweet KO. I think if you look at everyone he's fought so far in the UFC, good luck KOing those guys. You know, I think even Cannonier, when Kyle KO'd him, he didn't get a KO. Yeah. So I think this is his best chance to get a KO, and I'll probably still bet it. You know, I really like this number.
Yeah. I do think it is his best chance to get the KO in the UFC as well. This is his best chance here. And the number's low too, right? Like, not a big number. It's not out of this world. You know, bookies are onto it. It is the most likely prop.
It's low enough that you'll still play it because it's a really good number, but you know that they're onto it, which makes you kind of, like you said, you start licking your chops when you see it.
You get a little cautious.
And the other thing I'll say is Sam Patterson is pretty stiff. Like, I think as a tall man, they might be similar in height, but Michael Venom Page, man, he's just something else. He's very unique. I know there's some people that maybe don't think as highly as him, but like, honestly, he is. Well, I think his speed is very underrated, especially for his age. You wouldn't think he's as fast. So I like this bet.
Especially coming down to 170 too.
Right, yeah. He doesn't look like he's lost anything from coming out of Bellator. He looks like the same guy. Like you were kind of saying, the UFC has only put him against like some of their top people in the weight class since he arrived. Like he fought Kevin Holland, he fought Ian Gary. Like he's fought all good guys. For the knockout, I don't know. Like it should be able to happen. I feel like I didn't watch any tape on Sam Patterson this week because I wasn't targeting this for a bet myself. But I feel like Patterson's one of those guys that kind of has his chin in the air too. So I think this could be a good spot for MVP. I'm personally not a fan of MVP, like you were saying. Like some people don't really love what he does, but I also think that you can't really argue against that. He has great defense. He's hard to hit, and that he has some really like highlight level knockouts. Like who else like sent somebody to the hospital because they fractured their skull? Like I mean,
that's scary stuff, man. MVP has not seen the KO in a minute. I'm calling a levels fight here, and to put Sam Patterson on his fucking ass. UFC London. Let's get it. Let's go. The Pink Panther theme is here. And we are giving out a prop.
He's here. Big time. I was gonna make I was gonna make the comment. I find it like I understand his nickname, right? But I mean, oh man, I thought O'Malley only was gonna be the one with pink shorts, but fuck me, right? That makes sense.
He rocks them though. He rocks them.
Yeah, he already has pink custom shorts, and the guy hasn't even made his debut yet. Crazy.
Gangster.
But with
Fucking
that being said, though, I think there's a lot of hype around this kid. I think like Hunter Campbell or somebody is like really big on him. And it's because I think he has good energy, he comes into fight week, the proper way, and he's actually kind of well rounded, I would say. He's more of kind of like a take you down, kind of smother you, land some elbows, like how he did on his Contender Series win, and kind of win the fight like that. But I think he's 5-1 when it comes to 5 TKOs, and then he has 1 sub, but he does push the ground game very heavy to where I do think this will go to a decision. I know there are a lot of people that kind of are picking Silva too, just because, I mean, shit, you go 5 rounds or 3 rounds with Kevin Vallejos, and I guess you're a god now, right? But I mean, for Danny Silva, he actually has no knockouts, no finishes in a decade. Just saying. And I think going into this fight, Danny Silva is just a hard, he's a good individual. He's never going to quit. So I do think this one will go to a decision. If it doesn't go to a decision, y'all, I will say sub plus 600 money. I wanted to play it, but decision at 140 I think is a whole lot safer. It's a plus money that will still get you a bang for your buck. And I think we're coming into his debut fight. Either playing one of those 2 props would be good. Money line would be a easy addition to any parlay. So, hey, if you're getting pink shorts in your debut, you better show up. That's all I got to say.
Love it. Pink Panther fight week. He is a lock on the money line. I do believe in this spot. I did not officially lock him in as a lock of the week, but debut fight, he should shine. UFC's high on him, and this is a great spot for him to showcase his full skill set. Hopefully a 15-minute fight so we can see his full skill set.
Sure. Quick
round 1 finish in the Dana White Contender Series fight. He looked really good, and he does prepare himself at fight week. Amazing. I think he's pretty high level, and he could be underrated from what some people know and have seen. Interesting what he's going to do here in the UFC.
Yeah. I was looking back at what I wrote about him during the Contender Series. I liked him a lot. I remember that part. I bet him to win by 2nd round submission on the Contender Series. And like you just said, obviously it didn't happen. It was the 1st round knockout. So he got it done really fast. But I was expecting him to win. And I really like what I saw watching his fights to study for the Contender Series back then. So I like him in this spot myself too. And it probably does go to decision, as Silva is a pretty tough guy.
He is tough. He went to a decision with Kevin Vallejos, which many people have a hard time doing that. So
definitely not Josh Emmett, which I bet.
Fucking dusted.
Still top 15 in the division, though.
Yeah.
Literally 15.
Not for long.
Yeah, not for long.
He's fighting Grimace next, remember? Arkansas, you love the Pink Panther or what?
I just wanted to go on this one really quick. So personally, I have the max I bet on somebody that I don't think can win a championship is 5 units. And I don't not think that Curtis Campbell can win a championship. I just know it's his UFC debut, and this is the high-level fight. And I think a lot of Danny Silva. But, yeah, I bet 5 units on Curtis Campbell early in the week with Chris Duncan. I'm pretty confident. I saw it last week or a couple weeks ago, and it was under minus 200. And I was like, yo, I need to start watching some film because that number feels off. I feel like he should be minus 200 here. And I'm pretty sure I bet Danny Silva money line versus Vallejos. So that's how high I think of Danny Silva. That's obviously a different fight. I also bet his spread plus 7.5. Remember I said I like to take dogs on the bigger spreads. I took that and one judge scored it 29-28 and saved me on that bet. So I made a little bit of money. So I do think highly of Danny Silva. I just think this is Curtis Campbell's fight to lose. I don't see how he loses it though, because I honestly don't think Danny Silva is very dangerous. We got the judges on our side. We got the pink shorts. We got this hype prospect who's probably one of the best prospects that's underrated. I've been following this guy on Instagram since I started my page, almost 3 years ago. And I've always been is this guy kind of like one of those, I think British people say cheeky, kind of corny guys that just,
yeah.
He's the Pink Panther. He's got the goofy look. He's got the hair. Yeah. And this guy just keeps winning. And I even bet against him in this Contender Series fight because I was like, there's some physical advantages that I thought the other guy had. And I was very impressed. I was like, damn, I did not see him getting a knockout in the first round. So that was super impressive. I just don't think Danny Silva has a lot of ways to win this fight. So Curtis Campbell should win this fight by decision. Like AJ said, the sub prop is nice. If it's not a decision, it's sub. But I think you'd be safe going with the spread or the decision. Those are all nice bets. Money line is a good play for me too, but don't go too crazy. Like I said, it's his USA debut. Yep. Factor that in.
Yeah, he had a great amateur scene too. It goes unmentioned on a lot of shows. 8-1 amateur record. He's very seasoned for what you would think is a green fighter making his debut. He actually has a high IQ. And you look at the side of Danny Silva, he went 5-2 on the amateur scene. I like the Pink Panther in this spot here in London. Should be a good prospect from London. Should be a good event in London. Now, someone should get $50. There's no spam this week. We have 18 entries in the show. Loots for Days, Tyler Betts, Mama Bear, Matrix Veal, Sunrise in April, Lucky 520, GG Chronicles, Rainer, you're back in there, Kyle Mike, Jean Magpal, Christine Joy, AK Tenchi, Northwest Chappa, not your typical guy. Prelim Tim, you are not in there. So don't even try to get
good. You wouldn't let me win if I was, so I'm glad to hear it.
Hey, we said it before. We do enough after the show.
Yeah.
So who's the winner of your giveaway this week, Prelim Tim? Did anyone?
Nobody yet.
Guess the number?
I'm typing it into the chat right now, actually. I'm about to give away the number if anybody wants to make any last
one more
guesses.
hint. No, a hint would ruin it, and then you would have to give out the money. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't even know what I would say for the hint. I'll give one more hint. It's something that came out in like a like the news or like an article. It's like something that was on social media about Movsar Evloev. A number that was interesting that came out about him. It doesn't have to do with fighting, like I said before. It's a large number, and it was something this week. And that's the last thing I'll say. And then if no one gets it, I'll end it in before the show ends.
Are you okay, Arkansas? Did you fall?
I can't get my phone to stay up. Sorry. I'll figure it out
fell
on
down.
my computer.
I thought I got knocked out like Sam Patterson.
I like that.
Yeah. All right. Let's do the spin. $50. End of the show. Claim it once you get the dub. Good luck to everybody. And thank you for staying forecasted. We're going to do $50 giveaway each and every show here.
Ooh, who we got? Lucky again?
What? Lucky win again? That's crazy.
Lucky 520 out of 18 entries, man. This guy balling.
Out of 18 entries, no sheesh. Lucky 520 again.
Hey,
back to back. All right, let's do one more. We're gonna do this one for $20. We're taking Lucky out. We got 17 entries. We're doing this one for $20. Back to back winner. Lucky 520. Message me again. I already got your PayPal, so should be easy work. But Lucky has to claim it, and Lucky is here to claim it. And definitely pumped up and Lucky this week.
Hell yeah.
The Shamrock Fiend Juice really worked, didn't it, Lucky? Holy
he's complaining about my giveaway. Apparently he doesn't want to do any work for money. He just wants to get lucky. Yeah.
Give Lucky more money. Lucky's fired up. Back-to-back winner. We're giving out $20 just because we had a back-to-back winner. First time, I think, ever on the show. Lucky. Hopefully we are all lucky this week, like Lucky 520. Holy smokes.
For real.
We gave it some good props. Have a lot of good reads this week. Great event. Let's see who gets this $20 Canadian. Claim it.
AFK Demon Tree B.
I don't know that name.
AFK Demon Tribe. You got to message me.
That's a tree.
With message in the live chat here in the next minute, and AFK Demon Tribe gets that $20 Canadian if they're still here. So we got 1 minute. Let's pull up the live chat. AFK Demon Time. Drop a message and $20 is yours, or else we might have to spin again for that 20.
Yes, sir.
And we have not done that. Everyone has always been here to claim at the end of the show. So, oh, there he is. Boom. Gotcha.
Let's go.
20 bucks. DM me. AFK Demon Time. Demon Tribe. It's your time to shine. 20 bucks Canadian. Congrats to Lucky. I hope I'm as lucky as you this week. Oh my gosh.
That Shamrock sub is live.
I know,
think so.
shit, for real. That's a sign. Hell yeah.
That is a sign. That Fiend juice was damn good too. Live each and every event. We got more props. Next event coming up. More giveaways coming up. You got to stay forecasted. And we got to plug it out to the forecasters that gave out some wicked props this week. We're going to start it off with the king of the prelims. Tim, plug it out, kid. Or should I say, Unk?
You shouldn't say that. You shouldn't. You're lucky. You're lucky you're in Canada, or I would have to choke you for continuing to call me that. But anyway,
Rear naked choke me.
Yeah, I would. I don't think I can't. But anyway, I'm on Substack where I do all my written breakdowns. I'm on Instagram where I post all my picks. I post my final bets and just interact with people. And then I'm trying now to get going on YouTube just since the start of this year. It's a new thing I do is short videos. So yeah, follow me on all three of those. That would be real cool.
33F3 Arkansas. How are
Yeah,
you?
it's still well, I'm sorry. What'd you say?
I said, how are you?
Good, doing good. Yeah, you can still follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Yeah.
Got to. Have to. Arkansas MMA is as sharp as they come with that analysis. I follow him on all platforms. His links are in the description below. Same with Prelim Tim. You better smash the like button and those links. Staying forecasted with the forecasters. Now, AJ, the value prop Avenger, is going to plug it out here.
So for me, you guys, I'm only on just Instagram. I do also have a Discord link too. So if you like the Discord for whether it's MMA, basketball, baseball, any sports, we also got that going on. But on Instagram, that's my main page. I do a lot of breakdowns on the fighters coming in the fight week. Try to just give you guys the best advice or the best opinion that you can get when it comes to betting on fights. I also got my takeover parlay that just came out as well. Those are doing pretty good. And then, yeah, just doing really solid this year when it comes to betting. I honestly, I kind of said this a couple times, but I kind of want to lose now. But I haven't had a losing week this year, whether it's a come up of $24, a little 56 or 86. Like, at least I always have at least a couple bets hitting. So, yeah, pretty good stuff.
That's incredible. Great job, AJ.
That is good, AJ. It's been a tough year for me, F3, and tonight it seems to be continuing with the basketball bets. My favorite play was the Celtics to cover the spread, and they seem to be losing right now by 2 points.
Damn.
I
was good at that too.
I thought they would cover minus 15.5, and they can't even win the game, it looks like. It's tied now, 7 to go. I don't know if they're going to win by 16 now.
Crazy fact too. I think the Grizzlies just beat the Denver Nuggets last night. Or
they did. That was nasty. That was disgusting. And the Knicks barely beat the Nets, Prelim Tim, 93-92.
They know they don't have to try that hard. That's a day off for them. They're not giving it their all.
That's another cover that did not hit. And I would not even think about touching the way the Knicks are playing and covering.
Wait till playoff time.
Yeah, we'll see.
They're playing great. They have a good record if you look at it.
The dogs of the week, we could plug it out for a bit, but I feel like we've talked about Shamrock enough. A couple other underdogs. I would advise you to check out Prelim Tim, Arkansas MMA, AJ MMA for more information on the dogs of the week. Much appreciation staying forecasted. Let's talk about maybe some NHL bets to finish the show. We just plugged out some basketball. My favorite play in the NHL is the Avalanche tonight, going into the third period here, up 2-1. I need them to cover -1.5. I think the Avalanche get back into the win column off 3 losses tonight versus Chicago. I really like the Avs tonight.
Well, I put the Avs in a parlay, and fucking hockey's been really getting me bad this year. So man, and also not even that, but just the Blackhawks in general. I feel like every single time I bet against those guys, fucking just dominate. So I'm hoping I get one back tonight from them.
Yeah, hockey's been better for me, unlike basketball. So that's funny. That hockey's a little tricky for you. Hockey is my sport. I'll plug it out with my little what should I say here? What's been happening with me in life type situation. I'm in the playoffs right now for hockey. I'm a goalie. And somehow we made the playoffs. We finished 11th place out of 16 teams. Had a terrible year, 8 wins, 15 losses. I was ready to quit, not play rec hockey anymore. Was not having a good fucking year. Had to play the 5th place team, single knockout game, boys. We beat them 5-4. Insane game.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it was nutty. 5-4, beat the 5th place team, sitting 11th place. We moved on to play the 1st place team best of 3 series. I was the first goalie to get a shutout in the rec league this year.
Let's go.
Beat them 4-0. Shut them out
go.
last night 7-4 to close the series and sweep the 1st place team.
So
my 11th place Trashers are on a run. That's right. Our team name is the Trashers. The Danbury Trashers.
That's sick. Congrats.
We're cruising. It's fucking wild, man. Like, I wish I could bet on ourselves. We would have been like 12-1 underdogs sitting 11th place.
I was just gonna say that. I bet y'all would have been like a plus 700.
Easy plus 700 cash in, sweep the 1st place team. Now we're in the frozen 4 out of 16 teams with an 8-15 record.
Oh, that's great.
Fucking crazy.
Win the whole thing.
When do you play again?
I think mid next week, maybe the start of next week. So we're just waiting for some other series to close out. Then we'll know. So it's been busy for me this week, a little bit less content out on Instagram and stuff. But yeah, 2 playoff games. Then I was getting sick. After my last playoff game, I went on to the bench after shaking hands and got sick. Just yacked. The adrenaline dump was terrible. And then I yacked after the game. So that's all fun. We're all good now. Gonna get some more vodka into me tomorrow. I only had 2 drinks tonight and then the one Fiend juice Friday. So taking it easy right now, guys and gals.
Let's go. Yeah, rest up. You got a long rest of the playoffs, right? How much more you guys got to go?
I don't know if it's a best of 5 next or best of 7. Maybe another best of 3. I don't even know. I'm just still celebrating a little bit from that last one. I'm surprised we're here.
That's awesome.
I am surprised we beat that 5th place team, let alone sweep the 1st. Like, I'm still in shock, honestly.
That's awesome.
Crazy. 11th in the final 4.
It's like
that's fucking crazy.
It's like Team USA versus the Soviets.
I hope so, man. I think the winner gets like the fine money for the year, so that could be like $2,000.
Oh, damn.
Not bad. Not bad.
Pick up that fine money in the trash can, and then we'll give it out to fiends and forecasters.
Yeah. That's crazy, man. I would be antagonizing people all year if I knew that the prize money got bigger for at the end of the year.
And then have your team go out and win it all, and then just collect the prize money or the fine money.
Yeah, if you had a good team, just piss everyone off. That prize money gets pretty big.
Man, Canada's pretty fucked. It's like the worst rec league. There's A League, B League, and C League, like Division 1, 2, and 3. We're in the 3rd division. Out of 16 teams, this one team's a hothead. One guy ripped the door off one of the main rinks in PEI, and he's fucking kicked out of the rink now. Ripped the door off when he was leaving the rink. They lost. They got smoked to the Trashers that night. But I would hate to get
hit by that guy that did that to the door.
Yeah, he got kicked out of the game. He was mouthing off at the ref, and then when he left the rink, he was still sour. Ended up taking the door with him.
Damn, that's crazy.
He might have had a few drinks, more than 2.
Yeah, that's a little bit too much.
That sounds like the real life Happy Gilmore right there.
We have this there's like a native team too called the Redstone Rebels, and they have the most penalty minutes. And one guy came to our bench and took the hockey stick and tried to hit someone on the bench. It was insane. Some wild stuff. Division 3, Queens Rec League.
Jesus. I hope you guys win it all, for real. That'd be like a cool underdog story, and just for you guys too. So fuck yeah.
Thanks, bro.
Of course.
Thanks, bro. Yeah, that'd be a miracle for sure, like you said. All right, Fight Fiends, we out. Stay forecasted. Anything else to say from the others before we go?
No, I think that's it.
MVP better win.
I was curious what you guys thought about the Nathaniel Wood Keita fight, really quick. If you guys don't mind.
That one.
One of the dog of the week
I just wanted to hear about it.
Yeah, Nathaniel Wood is one of the dogs I'm looking at. I don't really have an official dog pick yet.
Okay.
It's kind of a tough week, but I do like Nathaniel Wood just for how much UFC experience he has and for the good competition that he's fought. I think the guy he's fighting he's like a guy who he's looking for the knockout shot, and that's kind of his path to winning the fight. And if he's not able to stop Nathaniel Wood, then I think Nathaniel Wood's going to outwork him, possibly take him down. So I think, especially for the odds we're getting on Nathaniel Wood, he's not a bad look. The problem is he's been dropped like 3 times in the UFC in 3 different fights. So he could get hurt by I'm forgetting this guy's name. He's kind of new to the UFC, but he's a powerful guy, dangerous guy. But I kind of like the idea of Nathaniel Wood being able to pull this off, though.
Yeah. The one thing I wanted to say is I just think it's surprising that he's even close to plus 200 as an underdog.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Right. And he's really experienced. We've seen him in the UFC for a long time against like all really good fighters.
Real quick to you guys, when you guys actually look at I'm really big on looking at like his past opponents and just seeing if they were cans or just bums in general. Mm-hmm. You want to know something that I actually noticed this week that kind of maybe changes my opinion? So when I go look at like ESPN, I'll go see like the records of everyone that he's fought, and surprisingly enough, ESPN is not accurate at all. Like it's kind of dog shit. They kind of fuck you. I think if you go look at Keita's most recent competition, I think it was in like 2024. So he's also kind of been away from just the cage for a while, whether it's like injury or just personal matter. But when I went to go look at Tapology, like his opponents' records are way better than they perceive to be. So like with that being said, like it just makes me feel like Keita is not no bum now, knowing that he's fought good opponents and he's actually beaten a couple like one dude that was like I think 16-1, 17-1. And like how Tim said, he does go for that crazy power shots. But I think Nathaniel Wood's kind of like the type, since he gets dropped a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. This one's kind of a hard one for me. I've seen everybody on Nathaniel Wood. But something that makes this fight really weird too is that as we see everybody on Nathaniel Wood, his money line keeps going higher. He was like a plus 155 and now he's a plus 200. So it gets you kind of weary. Maybe put a little bit of cash on it, but nothing really too crazy, I would say.
Yeah, 2 London fighters are 2 pretty big underdogs here. Lerone Murphy, Nathaniel Wood. Maybe not a bad bet to have in London in your back pocket. I don't think I'll take a bet, but certainly to mention they are potential dogs of the week. And one of you forecasters might like them to win.
And also, too, just want to make this out there. But, Luna, Carolina, really, really sad and really disappointing me, man. I would have loved to see Mullins perform this weekend, especially being at an underdog at plus 110. She was my dog of the week. But, yeah, seeing her cry today on the scales and not getting the fight, and she's really trying to get a fight booked, stuff like that. Kind of breaks my heart for her. So I hope she comes back and she's able to get a quick matchup.
Yeah, that was rough to see. She really let it go. Melissa Mullins on the scale there. Obviously, she's not able to fight. Luana Carolina missed weight by 8 pounds?
8 pounds.
Yeah,
and
8 pounds.
That's unprofessional.
That's so sad.
Very unprofessional. Maybe Luana Carolina was sick too. Could have been stuff going on. That's
True.
Very unfortunate. Melissa Mullins was my pick. Was a really not a great fight to start off the card. I think Chanel Dwyer might bring more action here to start the event off. We got 13 fights, and it does start early. So it's an early start time, wake and bake, sunrise in April, sunrise in March. as we should say. I think the forecasters are ready to go and get this fucking money in London.
Let's go.
Let's get it. Let's go. Bye.